When I arrived at the Gombe Stream Reserve, I felt that at long last my childhood ambition was being realized. Always I had wanted to go out into the field and study animals. On that first day, when I looked at the wild and rugged mountains where the chimpanzees live, I knew that my task was not going to be easy.
And her efforts are to no avail.
I simply wanted to be amongst animals in the wild and to discover as much as possible about the lives of the chimps. Somewhere and somehow I had to find the shy chimpanzees before I could even start to overcome their fear and be able to observe them. It was a bitter disappointment. On such occasions I felt frustration, even despair. There were times when I wondered if they would ever permit me to approach them. As I am not a defeatist, it only made my determination to succeed stronger. My desire was to be amongst and find out about animals in their natural habitat. There was never any thought of quitting. I should forever have lost all self-respect if I had given up.
Time will be most profitably spent on top of the mountain.
Up above the thick forest of the valleys, I was able to watch the chimpanzees over long distances. In this way, I was able to learn much about chimpanzee behavior. At the same time, it gave them an opportunity of getting accustomed to my presence. There is a special fascination about the sudden nightfall in a forest, when the sounds of the day give place to the more mysterious sounds and rustles of the night. I always enjoyed these nights in the mountains with no human companionship. My childhood dream was being realized, but I little dreamt then how long it would take to get close up amongst the chimps.
Maker.
Chimpanzees have been seen drinking from natural water bowls in Uganda, but on those instances they merely dipped their fingers into the water and licked off the drops. The exciting fact in the Gombe Stream area is that the chimpanzee, by initially crumpling the leaves into a sponge, is in fact making a tool. Flo is, by our standards, a most ugly female. Flo's daughter, Fifi, still goes around with her family, and although she is now endowed with the charms of youth, she has many of her mother's features, and will be no beauty in a few years' time. Little Flint, like all chimp babies, is packed full of charm and endearment. Leaky, a big rugged fellow, can be easily recognized because of the exposed white of his left eye, where the lower lid has been torn. He was named after my friend Dr. Leakey. Goliath is distinguished by his bald forehead. David Greybeard is exceptionally good-looking. His grey whiskers and his calm gaze give him an air of distinction.
They become used to having her near.
The chimps gradually came to realize that I was not dangerous after all, and after about 15 months, I was allowed to approach a small group without attempting to hide. I think it was one of the proudest and most exciting moments of my life.
Jane is still in the field.
People often wonder if I miss the conveniences of home. Certainly there are times when I long to hear good music, and too there are times when I wish there was leisure to read non-scientific books. But apart from this, I can honestly say that I'm completely happy here at the reserve. Life in a tent, washing in an icy stream, and even the heat of midday, the torrential rains, and the sometimes bothersome insects are all part of life in the bush. This was the life I had always wished for, and I've certainly never regretted choosing it. Sometimes it's difficult to resist playing with some of my young chimp friends. 8-year-old Figgin is always gentle when we play, but already he's stronger than a man, and soon it'll be too dangerous to play with him. At present, the chimps do not seem to realize that they're stronger than I am, and the main danger in playing with the young ones is that they might one day learn their own superiority. It was an exciting moment when I first saw a chimpanzee eating meat, exciting and important. Previously, people had thought that chimps in the wild might occasionally eat a small rodent or a nestling, but to discover that they actually hunt and kill larger mammals is something quite new. I have seen them eating the flesh of young bush pig and bush buck several times, but the most frequent prey appears to be the red colobus monkey.
Jane moves in.
The fact that these chimpanzees use twigs and grasses when feeding on termites was one of the most exciting discoveries I made. It was known that some wild animals made use of natural objects as tools, but the chimpanzee, when he strips leaves off a twig, is actually modifying a natural object to suit it to a specific purpose, and he is thus making a tool.
Have given Jane Goodall a rare insight into their personal lives.
The animals I watched have no real language, do not build shelter, have not discovered fire, yet they are the most nearly human of all the animals on Earth. My 5 years observing the chimps have been the most satisfactory of my life. I've done what I wanted to do from early childhood, but the work has not yet ended. This is just the beginning, and it is my firm belief that a complete understanding of the behavior of the chimpanzee will eventually lead to man's better understanding of himself.